gentlemen, a pleasant good evening. Welcome back to another episode of the Louis Sports Network. It is your boy Louis coming back at you once again with another heavy hitter banger with yet another video. Smash the like, hit that subscribe, make sure to share. Make sure you guys are obviously liking and sharing the videos and sharing them on your social media platforms. Truly appreciate that. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Tuesday heading into Wednesday morning. On to the video. Sonya and Del Curry, the Currys. What is going on in their family? A lot of tension, a lot of drama, a lot of controversy. You basically have a matriarch and a patriarch who are pretty much blaming each other as to why they're divorced. The way I see it is both parties are at fault, and we look at the Currys as this perfect image. So as I was continuing, here's what I do know. I think when it comes to both Sonya and Del Curry, it's unfortunate. As I mentioned, we look at the Currys as this perfect image Christian family that can do no wrong. They have beautiful kids, beautiful wife, beautiful husband, and all that nature. And you know, they're living the American dream. But what it also goes to show you is you can't always judge a book by its cover. And what's happening is that you're getting the behind the scenes, what's happening at home now shed light in social media. And I thought it was a mistake on Del's part to kind of take it to the social media. And you know, now the fact that we find out that now Sonya's already living with somebody, they've been separated for over a year. What I don't like about Sonya is that after even living for a year, now it's like you're coming out and saying, well, Del cheated on me. And I look at it this way. I think they both cheated on each other. Now, do I know the facts? No, I don't know the facts. I don't know what happened. It's unfortunate because I'm pretty sure that Callie Rivers is going to be asked about this, unless if they decide not to ask her. They're going to ask Doc Rivers about it, and they're going to ask Austin Rivers about it because, let's face it, Seth is married to Callie. So, and also Ayesha Curry kind of spoke up for Steph. Obviously, Steph eventually came out from what I heard from Rivers, and Ayesha said that she's with Team Sonya, and I'm not surprised she said that. And I'm also not surprised that Curry took his mom's side, because here's what I do know. Take a look at Steph. Steph looks just like his mom. Many times I've heard that Steph has talked great about his dad over the years, and obviously Del helped him get him and Seth into basketball, and it was a total team effort. I mean, it was, you know, Del and Sonya Curry. I mean, they did it together as parents. Again, they raised three great kids: Steph, Seth, and Seidel Curry. No question about it. And it's unfortunate because Seidel's about to have a baby. Seth already has a daughter with Callie Rivers right now, who, you know, used to date Paul George. Obviously, you know, there was, and you know, that situation with him and Doc. But, you know, getting back to Sonya and Del, I knew Curry was going to, you know, go to Sonya's side on this. And I'm not surprised by it either. And to be honest with you, Curry should not be picking a side to begin with, because when you look at the situation, they're both at fault. So to me, this is pointing fingers and neither parent taking accountability for their actions. So that's how I see it. And Ayesha Curry, people may disagree with me when I say this, but it wasn't even in her place to say how Steph is upset at Del and how Sonya's upset at Del. She never should have stuck her nose in that business. That should have been settled between them. She really never should have picked a side. And unfortunately, what this is going to do is, this really opens the door for Ayesha if she ever decides to leave Steph. And remember, Ayesha wasn't even interested in Steph when Steph wanted to date her, when he wanted to be with her because he had liked her. I honestly believe, and you're probably going to say, well, Louis, if Ayesha doesn't love Steph, why did she decide to have 3 kids? Well, here's how I see it. Ayesha Curry was trying to get famous. She's already talked about her insecurities with Steph. Steph gets a lot of attention that she doesn't get. She's about getting attention. Now, not attention in terms of, she just wants to be recognized kind of on the same level as Steph, and I feel like there's a lot of jealousy there. And she makes it well known. You know, kudos to Ayesha for that. We obviously know what happened with the Roz Goldon Rude situation when Roz, you know, was looking real thirsty at Steph, and we had not only Ayesha, but we had Mama Curry see what that's about, to say, hey, you're not about to interfere in this relationship, because you could tell Roz was being thirsty, but she was able to pull it together, and then at the point she was able to include Ayesha just to kind of basically say, I'm not being thirsty for your man Steph, even though there were signs that she was. And it was crazy that if you saw when Ayesha kissed Steph, she made eye contact with Roz, and then Roz was kind of including Ayesha back. That's to say, you know, I want to talk to you too. That's to say, I'm not falling after your man and anything like that. And Ayesha just basically brushed it off because it was like to the point where it's like, well, now that the situation's been taken care of, I got really nothing to worry about. So, but this does open the door for Ayesha in the down the line that she could possibly leave Steph. Now, you hope that it doesn't get to that point, but the fact that her and Sonya had kind of been like this pretty much, and I'm pretty sure Sonya's been giving her, you know, relationship advice and all that. So I just think that it's the wrong way to go, and I think the fact that Ayesha has this jealous insecurity, and I just think that it's an unnecessary time, because also they have 3 kids, and I feel bad for the grandchildren, because now Riley, Ryan, and Cannon, instead of Sonya and Dell trying to work things out and be the grandparents to Curry and Ayesha's children, now they have to deal with that. You have a 2-year-old Cannon, you have a 6-year-old Ryan, and you have a 9-year-old Riley Curry. And it's a shame because now they got to deal with that. And then you obviously have Seth, who looks more like his dad when you really look at their faces. And Seidel, the daughter of Sonya and Dell, she also resembles a little bit of both of them. She has her dad's eyes for sure. But I just think it's an unfortunate situation. But I think Ayesha's, you know, she's a successful cook, and I know she wanted to get into acting, but that didn't pan out the way that she wanted to. And to kind of put things in a little bit of a similar perspective, you take a look at Lala and Mello. You know, Lala, you know, is big in her acting career, and now she ends up leaving Mello after their years of marriage, and they had their issues over the years because Mello, I'm pretty sure, was tempted to cheat, and I'm pretty sure he did. I mean, it's just hard for NBA players, especially when you lived in that kind of life, that you're not going to be tempted. You're not going to be tempted. So is your character strong enough that you're not going to engage in that? And I said I've never felt that Mello was that type of person. I felt like he would have. So, but that to me is not to excuse Lala neither, because I'm pretty sure she's done her things on the side. And my point is, we can't just be picking and choosing sides, because even if we don't know all the details, just the way that a person moves, sometimes it may lead you to believe that there's just more than meets the eye. And I look at Sonya and Dell. They showed a video a couple, 4 or 5 years ago. Sonya was dancing with an ex-teammate of Steph, and they showed it. Dell was looking like he really didn't care. And it was kind of like, why was it being shown on TV? Like, why was it shown? Why was the video shown? To where she was dancing, and it looks like Sonya is the fun type. And I'm gonna say this too. It shows me also that Sonya is the one that does a lot of the talking in the household. And it's the same with Ayesha and Steph. I feel like this is one of those things where the women run the household. People may disagree with me whatever they want, but that's how I see it. If they're allowed to say this much. And I'm not saying that a woman is allowed to be quiet or anything like that. What I'm basically saying is that I just think that this should not have gone public, and as a family, you have to put the family first. If this is what you want to do, at least talk with your family through it. But now that this has now gone on to public, this has gone public, it's going to get really ugly. Because then parties that shouldn't be involved, they're going to get involved by the media, because now it gives the media a reason to start to bring other parties. And I look at the Rivers, and they're going to get involved. But that's because it's going to be because of the media. like I said, now these young kids have got to deal with that too. And Riley may be 9, but she's a very smart girl. So there's some things that she's gonna pick up. And it's just a very unfortunate situation. I just look at it this way. I hope the Currys can find a way to work this whole thing out and not let it become a big distraction, because look at it this way too. It's going to allow NBA players, even though they might not mean to say what they say, they might say something slick in social media, you know, and get out of line with the whole Curry situation. I can see it totally happen. I mean, it's the NBA, man. What is it? Nothing but actors? It's the same thing with gossip, man. To try to create some tension, create some beef, whatever it is. And we're gonna have to, and now we're gonna have to see, does this motivate Curry into having a better season? Or is this something that he's going to be dealing with to it where it mentally affects him? We're just going to have to wait and see. But it's basically showing me that both Dell and Steph are part of the Beta Male Association, because as unfortunate as it is, it's just telling me that they don't run the household. If you're letting things go out in public, if you're pointing fingers, if you're not willing to kind of take charge and say, hey, let's talk about this. And like I said, keep your eye on Ayesha Curry. I'm feeling that you're going to see her in the news more often, and it's going to get ugly. And I feel like that this Sonya and Dell situation could be a scapegoat for a sign of things to come with her and Steph. I won't be surprised. And who knows what this leads to. Hopefully it doesn't lead to anything else, man, but you never know, you know. So hopefully things will get solved, but this is just my 2 cents on it. I don't want people to be thinking that I'm trying to pick sides or anything like that. I said it in the video and I'm gonna say it again. Both Dell and Sonya are both responsible. So people who are like, well, I can see it from Sonya's perspective, you're being biased. I can see it from Dell's perspective, you're being biased. But if you want to have a biased perspective, by all means. But I'm looking at it at both parties. Both of them need to be held accountable. This isn't, again, you can't play the shaggy, it wasn't me, it wasn't me. You can't point fingers. Both of you are at fault. Both of you should take responsibility, and both of you should be talking to your family on how to deal with this privately and not taking it out in the public. Because now social media can twist stories and they could try to run with it even though those things are not true. That's the danger of social media today. With Twitter, with Facebook, with Instagram, with Snapchat, and then obviously the paparazzi and all these news reporters. It's a juicy story, and that's what you love. It's all about drama. And now, it's a personal story that's got NBA players involved, and that's their 2 sons, Seth and Steph. So it is pretty crazy in the Curry household, but we'll see as we find out more details of it. But these are just my little quick 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section about the Dell Curry, Sonya Curry situation in the comment section. As always, bless up, live, laugh, love. Thank you guys for watching.